You're listening to the Online Entrepreneur Experience with Jarrett Jenny and John Olson, aka Cheers.
What's cracking today, man? Anything?
Not a whole lot. I was out in the shop acquiring some battle scars, working on a project. Right through
Oh,
the
yeah,
glove.
you're always on that grind, man.
I know. I was
But you
wearing
do it
gloves.
on purpose.
No, I was wearing gloves and I smashed my hand into the concrete and it ripped the glove off my finger.
Oh, yeah. Like you didn't lose a finger.
Yeah. Well, you got this one today, so I'm just kind of along
Yeah.
for the ride.
I'm talking about not losing your life. Does that make sense? Or is that too vague?
Losing, I think I got you. Losing your life to life.
To life. Yeah. So I'm talking about a 9 to 5 is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Why do people do that? Do you have an explanation for that?
Yeah, because I did it because it's comfortable. And you
Yeah,
know, when
very
you start
comfortable.
out at any kind of job, in my experience, I've been working since I was 14. Any kind of job that you start and continue working at, you know, at the beginning, there's all these promises and it's new. So you're like, oh, this
Yep.
is awesome. And somehow, like for me, I won't throw the job under the bus or nothing. But when I got to that 7-8 year mark, I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, this sucks. But it happens slowly over time. And all of a sudden, 7, 10, 15 years have gone by. And you're like, what the hell have I been doing? You know, stuff just starts to get worse
Yep.
as you go.
Yeah. And you're never, ever, ever going to get rich. That's
No.
the problem.
Yeah.
You know, you live paycheck to paycheck, but you're comfortable buying groceries, all this BS. Well, what car are you driving? What are you doing? I don't know if anybody, all of our followers followed Kellen Chafee and Mark Wilson today or this last week, but
Right.
they're in mansions,
Yeah.
renting limos. They're doing all this stuff. And it's because they got out of their comfort zone and now they're living the dream. That's exactly how it works. If you get out of your comfort zone, you will always succeed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you lose, you're still succeeding because you're pushing yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, and you know, I think two things come to mind. One is people are broke at every income level. You know,
Yeah.
The guy, like when I was working at the dealership, I was making average between that and Taekwondo, like 60 grand a year. And it's like,
Yep.
I like my house. I'd never leave. It's my home. But I wasn't driving nice cars. I wasn't doing any of that stuff. But the guy that's making 120 grand a year has an Escalade and a lake place and a nicer house. And I'm just like, it just like hit me one day. I was like, this guy doesn't have any more money than me. He's not any more financially stable. He just has nicer stuff. That's all it is.
Well, that's the problem with people nowadays. Because when your income level rises, then you just buy more shit.
Yeah.
So don't do that. That's where, you know, we come into play. We're mentors. We teach you how to actually manage money, manage your business, manage everything in your life. Like you recently quit your job we always go over this every time.
Yeah.
But that was what? Almost 3 months ago?
Yeah. About 3 months.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're just still, you know, living comfortably, but you're stacking your cash. So everything is just working out perfectly. And then once your online business and everything kicks off, you're gonna be a king, dude. Like that chair you're sitting in.
I love this chair. This chair, it's from my uncle. My uncle passed away now 4 years ago, but he had his fingers and everything. We've talked about him before, but I had a conversation with him one time and he was just like, he said the exact same thing. He's like, you need to go out and start your own thing. I know you like cars, go do that. Like you need to start your own business. And he said, I have my fingers in so much stuff that my money makes me money while I sleep, you know? And he's like, I'm not confined to working 8 hours a day to get like a base income. I make money doing everything that everything I'm about. My money's making me money. He had an online auctioneering thing. And I think I've said this before, but I used to go up to where he lived and he had this awesome sunroom and we'd do it a couple times a summer and I'd just stay there with him and we'd go out to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were sitting by the fire one night and he's like, oh my, I got to show you this. And so we ran over to one of his warehouses and he opens the door and there's like 5 semi loads of sewing reamers.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, and he goes, I flew out to Pennsylvania last week. I got a Mack truck. I drove it back. There's 75,000 sewing reamers here. I bought them for a penny. I'm going to sell them for a nickel. And I'm like, where are you going to sell them? He's like, on my online auctioneering website. And he had attached to the sunroom this green screen and all these cameras and stuff. And he would just go there with like random boxes of shit. And I remember him buying pink boa feathers one time. And he literally like pulled them out of the box and he's filming. He's like, pink boa feathers. I got 3 semi-loads of these. I don't know why you want them, but you want to buy them. And then he threw them and grabbed the next thing. But he had his fingers in everything, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You want wealth and you want money that's going to be passive. You got to be unorthodox. If you go to a job every single day, you're never going to get that.
Yeah, exactly. I wish he was still around, man, because you've told me so much about him and he sounds just like a great guy.
Oh,
but yeah,
he's crazy.
When you're flipping stuff constantly and you have the money to actually invest, that's the time to invest in yourself and actually take your life to the next level. Yeah. If you do not do that, you might as well just go to the bar and piss your money away every night and never become anything except you might get your name on the bar. I don't know.
Yeah, and he told me too. He was like, you know, when I made my first like few like substantial amounts of money, like let's say the first $2 million, he goes, that's where people mess up because they go buy the car, put it in perspective. My uncle went and bought himself a Mustang. It wasn't brand new at the time; it was a few years old. And then he passed that car down to me. I had it, and I was like 15 when he sold it to me. And he's like, "No, you're buying this. You're making payments every month." And if you make your first 8 payments on time, I'll waive the last 3 and you're done, you know? But he was teaching me a lesson, but he could have went out and bought a Lamborghini or a Maserati and he didn't do it. And I asked him why. And he was like, well, yeah, I made all this money, but I had to invest it and roll it into other things. And he said, that's where people, you know, you're a pro football player and you make $10 million and they're filing for bankruptcy because they don't make the money work for them. They just spend it.
Yeah. Spending money, like, well, let's jump back to where your uncle was actually teaching you a lesson.
Yeah.
You're going to make the first 8 payments and then he's going to waive the last 3, but he was making sure that you were actually going to be on time with those payments. Oh, yeah. And obviously you did.
Yeah.
But then we can bounce back to your football, you know, player. Well, no car pays for no car payment, you know. Biggie said it best, you know, so I mean, when you do not learn the skills to actually become wealthy, and I'm not talking about rich, I'm talking about wealth.
Yeah.
Wealthy people do not spend money. They spend assets, if that makes sense. So the asset, you have a chunk of money. Well, they're spending everything on the other side of that money. And it's never diminishing that money. And they just keep compiling.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know, digital freedom movement teaches you and how to actually live a sustainable lifestyle with doing minimal work. 1 hour of work can earn you anywhere from $100 to $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
So and it compiles after that. Plus your residual income after you're in so far. So you can't lose.
You know, there's a guy local to me that when I was looking at quitting my job and I was like, you know, I still want to do car stuff. I'm going after this online marketing stuff. I have my YouTube channel and I'm going to tie all 3 things together. He was like, I can tell you right now, because I've been working for myself for 20 years. He's like, you're going to do it. Like, I can tell you you're going to do it. But he goes, you got to weather an early storm. And I said, what? And he goes, save money, don't spend, live beneath your means. And he said, it's going to take a few months for the ball to get rolling and the snowball effect to happen. And he's like, it's going to be scary, but he's like, you have good friends, you got good family. I mean, you're not going to be homeless, you know. He's like, but you have to be able to weather that early storm. And I think that's where people get hung up, is they try to do something, and when shit doesn't go right away, they're like, oh, this isn't for me. And then they go back. Well, no, you have to get through the struggle, because that's where the success is. If you stop at the struggle, you'll never get there, because it's always going to be there.
Absolutely. There's always adversities. And every time you hit one, think of it as a blessing, because you're about to level up.
Yeah.
Because when you hit those, you actually have to change your mindset to be like, I am going to do this and I am going to get over this mountain.
Yeah.
Well, when that happens, you're instantly leveling up.
Yeah.
So it's huge, But
Yeah.
I think this one's getting a little long. I don't know how long we've been going, but
Yeah, I don't know either. No, I think it's good, man. And we'll be back next Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. We should probably shoot one Sunday to make up for last Wednesday.
Yeah, we can
if
do
you
that.
wanted to. We can call it Sunday Blessed.
I like that. I might be kind of sore. I'm gonna go help my dad finish up his shop. We got a crew of guys coming, but as long as I can sit in my chair, I'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Like tomorrow, I think I got to help a buddy actually roof his house. So dude, I haven't done physical labor in a long time, so it's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna get through it because I got the mindset to do it.
Hell yeah! You close this one out.
Heck yeah! This is SWR with Jarrett, Jenny, John Olson, aka Cheers. I will see you guys on Sunday, as promised. We'll make a note so we don't forget.
We'll write it down. I'll put it right in the old mental catalog there. So it's good talking to you, man.
Yeah, good talking to you too. Cheers.
See you later.
Thanks for tuning into the Online Entrepreneur Experience. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes that we're releasing and any of these amazing pieces of value that we're giving out. And if you could take the time out of your day and leave us a review, we would be so grateful. We look forward to seeing you on that next episode.